gorgeous day.
You're gorgeous.
Swing. Oh, don't stop on my account.
Did you guys hook up? Was it everything you thought it would be? She seems like a bit of a pillow princess.
Let's just say we had an amazing connection.
How long have you been downloaded?
26 days. So what are you doing here? Rayon's killed hundreds of innocent people.
We're gonna break in and shut it down.
I have a plan.
Promise me you won't say anything? The more people that know about it, the more dangerous it is.
No. He's nowhere in the system. So I rebooted him from a backup copy. There's another you living in Lakeview.
You think this is identity theft?
This means I have a second chance to do things right.
New Nathan doesn't remember breaking up with me.
For someone who has great skin, you do a lot of concealing.
2 Nathans, 1 Nora. Never fantasized about this before.
It's not like it's cheating, it's just your boyfriend 6 months ago.
Back when he was a little more into you.
It's not a miracle we need it.
I think that your girl is hanging with my fake dude.
It's just crazy for me to be jealous of me.
Everybody's jealous of you. You're like Gaston times 50 million, but good and hotter.
Ingrid owns this body. Horizon owns my thoughts. My heart, that belongs to you.
There's a big problem with the AI.
What are you doing?
Taking time off.
You don't get time off.
I was told to act more human-like. To be human is to avoid work.
You're a thing, like a screwdriver.
My bad. Back to work then. Lord help me.
Boom, there you go. That was the trailer for Upload Season 3, streaming right now on Prime Video. I'm Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World. And as you see on the screen, I'm so excited, so delighted to have David Rogers, the director of the rescue mission of the episode right now that you're seeing on Prime Video. David, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you.
Oh, it's great to be here. Great to be here. Excited for this, for everyone to be watching the show. Glad that they're finally streaming.
I love it. I've had so much fun with the show. I've had Greg Daniels on, the creator, to talk about it. I've had Andy. I've had Zainab. I've had Kevin. So much fun. I really enjoy the show since season 1. And I know from looking a little bit about your background, you did an episode before, I think last season in season 2. And but you've worked with Greg on quite a bit. I was looking at your track record. You've had some great shows under your belt, sir, and probably I think an Emmy. Over on the stand over there somewhere for The Office. A pleasure to chat with you. What was it like coming on board Upload again to bring your flair to this series?
I love Upload. It's very exciting to get to direct anything and to get to direct a show with such an amazing cast and all the toys, visual effects that we get on this show. It was, it's always a blast. I mean, what can I say? I had a very, very exciting episode in which Nathan gets to meet backup Nathan for the first time, and just seeing how they interact and seeing it. I was saying that with the actors, Robbie really has great chemistry with Robbie. I mean, am I right? I mean, Nathan and Nathan really, I felt like, they're similar, but not quite the same. But I really felt like, they're like they are two different people. And I thought Robbie's acting, playing both Nathans was great. Just a really, really fun episode to shoot. Obviously, a lot of things going on in this episode with the two Nathans, rescuing Luke. And what they have to go through, and also, we have a whole story going on with the AI guy, exploring the real world and cool. And everything that he's dealing with. So it's first time really having Owen Daniels as the AI guy out in the real world. And doing a lot of scenes, by himself, not with our regular cast members. So that was, letting him shine. And then, getting a little bit more mystery, conspiracy type of stuff with Nora was fun to do as well. So
I love it.
Yeah, packed episode.
As a longtime fan, seeing that particular character kind of enjoy more and explore more was fun and a lot of fun to see. One thing that was very interesting to see. I know you're a bit of an '80s babies too. Looking at your background, and I see already the Superman stuff in the background. I was reading a lot about you and how big of a nerd you are too. So I love it.
Yeah.
Amigos up there.
I got a lot of. I'm sorry, I'm working the camera here, but I got a lot of Superman stuff here. So
I love to see it. As a card carrying nerd, I love to see it.
Yeah.
One of the things in this episode that was hilarious is again, like I've had Kevin Bigley on, but whose decision was it, or what was the probably not your decision, but what notes did you give him wearing that Leia outfit, if you will, when you had him in that outfit?
Yeah, God, it was so fun that that they dress him in that, and that was, listen, I don't know if it was Greg Daniels who came up with it or if it was the writer of the episode, but ultimately getting that and seeing the different versions of the costume and what we could do, and then seeing how Greg wanted it specifically on his rear side was very, very funny. And then my contribution was like, again, even at the end, when you see them walk off, you see him in the front, and then it's a reveal of what's happening behind, so to speak, and that's what I can contribute comedy wise,
I love it. It was great direction. You built it up, and then then he walks. Okay, the joke. Yeah. I see what you did there, David. It was awesome. Again, as I was looking again, you're a sci-fi nerd. Mixing it up with this show, a little bit different from some of the other shows you've done, because there's some other genre elements that you probably haven't tapped into. I guess again, just you worked on, this is your second, I think, episode of Upload, working on it. Just mixing the genres together. You've been directing a long time. I'm curious just how fun it was to, again, even more, if there's anything else you want to highlight about, returning to Upload, and then maybe, is that something Mr. David Rogers wants to do more on future projects? Because, I had a chance to watch the episode. You have some fun with it, and would love to see what you would do more. And as a nerd for yourself, exploring that more for yourself as a creative.
Yeah, I listen. I'm an editor on the show and a producer, so I kind of oversee, the post process. So I'm never, I'm entrenched in the show. I'm never far from the show, and I communicate with the actors, and I keep them just apprised of, oh, this is fantastic, and you did something here, and just to let them know as a kind of a gatekeeper, to let them know, like, it's looking great. We're excited for you guys to see the episodes. It takes time to put them all together. As a director, getting in there, getting into the field, there's nothing like it. I mean, you're dealing with, you got the clock ticking, you got creativity happening, you're solving problems, figuring out solutions to things, and everything is all about making the art. It's really that's what it's about. It's focusing and kind of getting this, just shot by shot, scene by scene, just getting the art. And with Upload, getting to do visual effects, getting to do things like having doubles, having a person react with his own double, and having the camera move and swoop and make the illusion that it's two separate people, or getting to be in the environment of Lakeview where people are materializing in or materializing out. It's all, it's just great. It's just a great. These are great things to do for storytelling, and for entertainment, for people to get to see this kind of things, and again, just the level of visual effects. You said like an '80s baby. When you watch the shows that we grew up on, Buck Rogers, Battlestar Galactica, and what they could do visual effects wise then, and what we can do now. I mean, it's it's a world of difference, obviously. So at the same time, everybody's expectations are higher. So, and I feel like what we've done on Upload is we're right up there with, some of the best, sci-fi shows and even some movies. some of the things that we were able to pull off on the show. But again, it's all about the story. The visual effects, everything is just to serve the story, the comedy, the mystery, the romance.
Agreed. You actually had some creative thoughts come through my mind, being that you do work in post, you're a producer, and then you jumped on to direct a few episodes. How is that as a creative, putting on the different creative hats? We always learn something different. I have a lot of creatives that watch my interviews as well, beyond fans that are fans of the show. But I love to give them tips with maneuvering between those realms. Was there anything different you learned or in this journey, specifically like in this show where it's slightly different than some of the other shows you do? Beyond, I know you're on post and editing on the other side, so you get to really see it. But I'm just curious as a creative, those hats you pull. And what do you tell other directors out there kind of doing kind of the same thing?
Well, for me, I feel like editing has been a great background to get into directing. I always wanted to direct. I mean, I went to film school, and I graduated, came out to Los Angeles, worked on various TV shows, and kind of fell into post. But the goal was always to direct. I love editing as well. That's what I want to do is both. I love editing. I love directing. It's switching hats, so to speak. When I'm editing and I'm editing someone else's work, I'm their editor. And when I'm working with Greg Daniels, what's his vision of the show? What's, we're taking an editor's cut, we're taking a director's cut, we're putting the best pieces together, and we're pulling stuff out, we're putting new stuff in, and Greg is reshaping it, and we're looking at different versions, and until ultimately, he's happy with the show that he's envisioned. I mean, that's what a showrunner is, and a hands-on showrunner. As far as for me, when I'm on the set directing, I don't think too much about editing. There are some things like, at least editing the other episodes at the time, like that. I have to focus on directing. You can't split your attention. Directing it's just too demanding. It's too demanding. So when I'm out there, it's like, okay, I'm just trying to make the best show that I can make. And my editing background helps with that, in the sense of being efficient, understanding visual effects, understanding if hey, we're going to have two actors here and one's going to dematerialize. The way to do this is to have him react before this person is even gone, to make them pretend that this person, just things like that. So then you're not forcing a cut, just things like that as an editor, I understand. It helps me to shoot some of these visual effects scenes and to pull them off. And then when I get into editing, I don't have problems. I'm not trying to fix it. That's not to say I'm not trying to fix other things like screw up as a director, but I think that's everybody. There's you do the best you can, and things come your way. But having different hats, again, you're on the show, you're part of the team. Getting the footage back, working on it is, and making kind of overseeing all the episodes, making sure that there's a nice continuity and flow, and that every episode is the best it can be. That's what the job is.
Awesome. Thank you, Dave. I, as a creative guy, who tries to do the most, we want to quality control this and try to do everything. I really appreciate hearing that for you as well. And Emmy Award winner, you got to focus on the task at hand in certain respects, and kind of put everything to the side, and just do that job. I think it's very helpful and reminds us out here as creatives, just do that one thing, do it right, do it good, and then everything else will come together. Trust in the team. So with that being said, again, your episode Rescue Mission is streaming right now. Are you're a part of Upload. We don't know what the season's how it's gonna end up. Hopefully more, fingers crossed. I'm a fan of the show. But for you, you're editing, you're in post as well. I'm sure you're a fan of the show, being involved with it. Is it hitting all the notes for you? Is there more stories that you want to do and tell with it, with your own participation in the show?
Oh, yeah.
I know there's a lot going on behind the scenes, but I'm kind of reaching, if you will.
No, of course. Listen, I think this is a fantastic season. I think all the seasons are great. I think season 2, if anything, I felt like we were cut short a little bit, and there were, things that happened with it was a COVID environment and stuff like that. And that was the one complaint, I think, from fans, were like, it was too short. We want more. And so this episode, I think, is a little longer, and the episodes are a little longer and juicier, and I'm very, very excited that everybody's watching the show, getting to see all the hard work everybody's put into it. And yeah, I'm hopeful for season 4, and there's still a lot of stories to tell. And there's things I'm excited for. We'll see. Fingers crossed. We'll see.
I love it. Well, David, it is a pleasure to chat with you. Again, when I was doing some research on you, seeing that Superman the movie is what made you fall in love with cinema. I know for myself, it would make me want to be in filmmaking as well. Just how they make a man fly, how they made Christopher Reeve fly is just amazing. And just seeing your Superman collection in real life too. Thank you for sharing that a little bit. Such a pleasure. David, thank you so much for your time. Everybody, Upload season 3 streaming right now. The Rescue Mission, David's episode, is available right now as well. Go check it out. And hopefully we'll get a season 4. It's your boy Kuya. This is Nerds Rule the World.